Hey, once again, you know, I promised you I was going to do a great job on this old Chevelle over here behind me, so finally got the parts pretty well coming in. I'm going to show you what I got so far. Got master cylinder portion valve. I hooked up with a friend who sold me his used disc brake system. I'm going to pick that up. I'll show you that once we get going over there. So here's what we got so far. Summit Racing, they've got good parts, you know. Good thing about buying from Summit, you can always send them back, no problem. So Summit, you owe me some money for that plug just now. Look here, got a new double bowl master cylinder. Little bleeder lines cook into it. Here's the proportion valve. I was surprised how big it actually is. Bracket bolts onto the firewall like that right there. See that? There you go. Something like that. That's next week probably. We gotta get this plumbed up, bled, and then take the old one off and install it. Of course, got some new axle grease. Over here, got the wheels off of it. That's all I'm gonna do right now. There's the old drum brake. Gone away. Somebody wants a good set of drum brakes. I've got them. So what I got to do is pull this down. Okay, last video I made, somebody commented that it was not informative, blah, 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 whatever. I've taken the tie rod end off. See that right there? Take the cotter pin out of this. Undo the nut, take a hammer. Give a couple raps to that boss right here, and this will fall right out the bottom. Now, I'm going to get back here, and I've loosened the sway bar. This is the sway bar right here, linkage. I'm going to take it out. Next, go in here and disassemble the brake hub assembly. This is a dust cap. Falls right off, don't it? You got a cotter pin and a nut. This unit's going to pull off. I'll show you when I get it pulled off of there. There's a cotter pin right there. Carter, whatever you want to call it. Get you a good pair of ice grips. Well, come back here, camera. That's what you get when your film crew leaves you. Now, we got the cotter pin out. Let's work on getting this jam nut off right here. That requires an adjustable wrench. Hold the fort. Let me go get one. Nut comes off. A little wiggle on the drum. Off comes a little spacer right here. Give it a little wiggle. Okay, there you go. There's your outer bearing. Keep up with that. May reuse it. And come off here, drum. Let me put the camera down so I can jerk and wiggle this thing off. Hold on, folks. If y'all can get any video action. Presto! Got the hub off. There's your other inner bearing right there with the grease seal. Alright, let me show you when we did this. Get the grease off my fingers so I can operate the video camera. Alright, there are 3 bolts in here that hold on the steering arm. that one, and one up here somewhere. I'll find him. Anyway, got to get to that, take it apart. I think, you know, I'm going to take the lower ball, I'm going to drop the assembly off right now. That's what I'm going to do. Camera break, I'll be back with you. I had to take a bit of a break. You can see I got the hub off and disconnected the sway bar. Thing was in my way. Should have took it off to start with. Lesson learned, so put that in your little toolbox. Disconnect the sway bar. So then I got around here and got on this lower ball joint. You see that? I already got the nut off and I'm easing down. I got floor jack underneath the bottom control arm. And I'm going to ease it down, take the pressure off that, take it off. Up here, what you hear dripping, see dripping, is the brake fluid. Disconnected the line, so about the only thing left is disconnecting that upper ball joint right there and pull this assembly off. So let's see what we can do with that. And when you get the upper ball joint nut loose and beat on it with a hammer right here on these sides, boom, it pops down, take it off. Then you should be able to just reach over there and lift up. Reach over there and lift up and take that assembly off. Just like that. Nothing to it, right? So everything looks, clean up everything, get ready to go back with a new spring. Watch this spring. I'm playing dangerous. I didn't do like it suggested. Use a compressor. I done it the old way. Put a jack under it. But if y'all ain't got much damn common sense, so you need to get a compressor and do it the right way. Alright, so let me now take his steering arm off. That's the next little test. And that's all there is to it. Everything's disassembled so far. Got a not too bad a mess. Got the steering arm off. I gotta clean that up. Paint it, make it look good. Throw away this old drum assembly. There's the brake line. Hopefully it'll work on the get it out in a minute, Dave. Disc assembly. Disc brakes. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. We'll put everything back together. Everything should go back. Be fine, I think. Well, back here at it again. We're making progress. Look at there. Got that front rotor on there. Not tightened up. Just sitting up on there. Got the castle nuts on. Still cleaning parts here before we go back. You'd be surprised what, let's see, what's 66 and 49 years of grime and grit on some of this stuff. And I still got to drill out my steering arm linkage and put back on there. But I believe, not make a day yet, go in, order some parts. I need two brake lines, stainless steel, put on there. Now to do it, I'll get back with you. And this is the next little project we're going to get on to right now, is disassembling master cylinder. Easy and simple. I've got two 9/16 bolts and boom, pops right off. Stay with me. There's the hole. Master cylinder comes right off. Leave the rod stuck onto the pedal. Just slide the new one right back on. I'm going to bleed it first. Now, I'm just a small town shade tree mechanic, but I declare that putting disc brakes on the front of Chevelle is perfectly legal. I may have already said this, I'll say it again. These, if you're using your old steering arms, these are 7/16 holes, and the kit comes with 1/2 inch, so I've got to go get a bit, drill that out. Well, here's something I got to do. I got to drill these holes out like I said, I went to about a 3/8 by a 1/2 inch bit, so fixing to have at it, see how the hole turns out, and I'll get back with you again. Well, it's the end of the day. Had a pretty good productive day today. And if you learn anything from these videos I'm showing you, is when you get through at the end of the day, clean your tools up. Put them up. I don't care if the job's finished or not. Take care of what you got, you know. So my daddy always taught me. So anyway, let me take you over here and show you what's going on. Got our old master cylinder right here. We're going to bench bleed that before we put it back on. Notice I painted up the steering arms. Look good, don't they? Yeah, man. Got some new bolts, new hardware to fasten everything up with. Alright. Look at that. Another disc. Yep, got it on. Got a little cleanup to do right there. Ain't completely cleaned up. There's the old parts, taken out, whited up. Somebody want them, better holler at me. Spent all day trying to get fittings that would work. This light down here. There's another brake line. Everything's up here waiting for the master cylinder. We got the front brake lines routed. Routed a whole new one right here. Got one for the rear somewhere. There he is. He's going to come up here and plug into the back. The one you saw on the ground will come up through the fender right down here and plug in. Two to the front, one to the rear. You got brakes, supposedly. Everything's hooked up except for the tie rod in. I gotta wait to put the steering arm on before I put the tie rod in. Got the sway bar back on, tools cleaned up. Sweated myself out of my clothes. Pretty hot out here today. Anyway, tomorrow's another day. Well, today is wait on parts day, so I thought we'd make myself useful and get the master cylinder all painted up. I'm going to leave the cap natural color and paint the body black. We'll see how it goes. Alright, now that we got our calipers mounted on here, kind of disassembled a little bit more. We're waiting on parts to come, so what we got to do is take the bolts out and move the caliper. And this Allen head wrench comes right out. Just like TV. Caliper comes off. Then you take this dust cap off, use a screwdriver, pry around it. Ooh, that was easy. Remove the cotter key and this nut. Wiggle a little bit, remove the bearing and the spacer. There you go. Now, as soon as the parts man comes, we can put our steering arms on. There you go. Tell you what, there's not enough film in this camera to record what I just went through mounting that master cylinder and that proportion valve and getting those lines hooked up. So far it's not leaking. But boy, it was a fight, let me tell you. Left the bracket on, it comes with a little fancy bracket. Well, that little fancy bracket's not going to go on this time. As long as it don't leak, don't go nowhere. I'm happy with that. Well, this is a steering arm right here. I've been waiting on this part to come in for the past few days. The other one had too small a hole right there, so while it was down, I got busy. I've been cleaning, I've been painting. I always got tired of every time you look up under somebody's car, it's clean as a whistle. So you Tell me what you think. Not bad, huh? It's gonna look real good when I get all finished. Maybe you can see what I'm doing. Got the rotor put back up here. Now we're trying to get the pins lined up for the caliper. There's the other. Tighten them up. That's what it's supposed to look like when you get it all capped back up right there. Now just jump on the other side over there, bleed the brakes, and this is a job complete. All you got to do is run this nut up just fairly snug tight. You don't have to really jam it home, you know. Get it, when it stops, give it a turn, get around till you hold, put your Carter key to it. You'll be alright. I found the hole. It's at 1 o'clock. Carter key goes through. Take a pliers and spread her out. Remember, you got to get your dust cap back on here. Get on in there. Kind of hard to do this and be movie director all at the same time, you know. Get on there. That goes that way. That goes just like that. Nothing to it, guys. Well, today is finally bleed the brakes day. Everything is put back together over there. I'm going to show you how to make a own self bleeder. It's some plastic tube like this right here. This fits up onto your bleed valve on your caliper. This one is going to go down in this jar right here, down to the bottom. I'm going to drill a hole in it right here. Fill it up about halfway with brake fluid. Like I said, put this line on up top on. Open the valve, get in there and start pumping the brakes. It's going to force the air out of the line. So that's where we stand right now. Real simple operation, nothing to it. Spent less than $5 at Walmart getting all the tool parts to do this. And you can do it by yourself. You don't need somebody to really grip. And you just missed that hot action. Just getting ready to demonstrate this new bleeder right here, and all of a sudden I had a brake hose leaking. What was the problem? These little washers right here go on your banjo boat. No problem. Got some. Threw it on there. Looks dry now, so we're fixing to do some bleeding. And with that, that means the job's done. We're all finished. I think it's time for a test drive. Well, what I said, always clean up after your project. Sitting out there, had a little test drive. Turned out pretty good, had a little leak, patched, tight, a little fitting up, we're good to go. So there you go, put disc brakes on a '66 Chevelle, and I'll see you next time.